So last week, Sora, at least for me, sort of like exploded onto the scene. We all knew that there was going to be improvements in text to image generators, in text to video generators, and Sora came along and they can do, videos up to a minute just from a simple text prompt that are pretty magical, pretty amazing. And so I'd love to hear from you. Well, first, was this unexpected? Was this sort of a natural progression? And then where is this text to video creation going to go in the next few years? How is it going to take human creativity?
So, amongst all of the us AI technologists, completely expected. Multiple companies, groups, labs have been working on multimedia, and it was known that it was a when
Yep.
in months, like not in years.
Yep.
And it was just completely there. And of course, other folks, because one of the things that's part of how human beings interact is seeing as believing. It's like seeing as truth. Like
Yeah.
they were like, oh yeah, we hear you guys saying this is coming, but yeah,
Right.
sure, whatever. And then, oh my God, we see it. And so of course you get the usual techno panic, which is like, oh my God, this is going to wipe out the movie industry and the TV industry and so forth. And I can resolutely say it will not
Yep.
in our lifetimes, and maybe not ever. But what it will start doing is transforming. It's like having a tool. Like if you said, "Wow, I'm a videographer or a film creator, and I don't know how to use the camera," you're like, "Well, you're not,
Right.
right? I don't know how to use the editor function." Well, then you're not. This is another one of those tools, and it is a massive and amazing tool. So
Yeah.
it'd be like, okay, this is now also in that tool set. And by the way, of course, the reason why it feels unusual is because you said, well, but now I have to use a different set of tools because these other set of tools that I learned that I have to put hours and hours and hours of work into, now this can be done with a few minutes over here, or this different iterative process. And it's like, well, but that's where I'd refined my hours and hours, my 10,000 hours of practice with
Sure.
these tools. And now that set is changing. And of course, disorienting. And it's especially disorienting to professionals who are in their, kind of mid to late career and like, well, wait, I put my career into building these things,
Yep.
and that I have compassion for all of us, including me. This is going to
Yeah.
be true for me too in various ways. And so it's like, okay, how do we learn and adjust that? And one, of course, the good news, like even looking at Sora, is to say, well, we can have AI shaped to also help us with that transformation in terms of learning the new tools, learning the skill set
Yep.
for doing that. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Doesn't mean there isn't going to be some sweat and pain in the transitions, and it doesn't mean that you'll get a sense of vertigo and uncertainty, but it is navigable, right? And so I think Sora gives us a peek into the future about what is doable in the creation of video, what is doable in the creation of art, of movies, of video, and it'll make our jobs easier, and that's part of the amazing things that is in our near future.